Hello, welcome to the James Cooley Show. It's your life. I'm your host, Dr. James J.C. Cooley, and wow, we got an absolutely fantastic show coming your way today. We're talking about something that we haven't talked about in a while. We're talking about the STEM, science, technology, engineering, math, something that I love dearly. And we got an expert that's going to share what his organization is doing and the advances that they're making. So I'm excited about this show today because um, we need more kids to focus on the science, technology, engineering, and math. And so I tell you what, sit back, get ready. We got a great show coming your way. But as you know, we can't do anything without bringing Dr. Michelle Cooley on. How you doing, Doc?
I am doing great. STEM, wow, it's such a gifted, I would say program, but a gifted concept to embrace. And you're right. This guest on the show, he's going to talk about the challenges of STEM education within our country. So we're really excited to have him on the show. And you're right, it's been a while since we talked about STEM.
Yeah, his organization got one of the best programs in the United States, and just like I mentioned, we had to get our youth and young adults to start focusing on these topics because we pulled away from the technology portion many years ago, and we got to get the next generation back on topic. So, Michelle, can you do the honors of introducing the title of the show, purpose of the show, and introduce this absolutely fantastic guest?
Oh, most definitely. So the title of today's show, audience, is STEM Education, Challenges in American High School. So we're having a sit-down conversation with Dr. David Kanani. He's the president of Los Angeles ORT College and leader in educational innovation at LA Art under ORT America. He's going to talk about key tips for overcoming the tech divide, common challenges in integrating technology into education, and LA Art's future plan. So let's talk a little bit about our guest today. Dr. David Kanani. He leads Los Angeles ORT College and is an influential figure in the educational sector with extensive experience in engineering and education. He holds a PhD in electrical engineering and computer science from Princeton University. His leadership is pivotal in advancing US ORT Operations and Los Angeles ORT College's mission to transform lives through innovative education and technology. Please welcome to the show, Dr. David Kanani.
How you doing, Doc? How you doing today?
Good afternoon. I'm fine. Thank you.
Hey, it's an absolute pleasure having you on, especially talk about just so important of a topic. And I want to get started. First of all, can you tell our viewers and listeners a little bit more about you? Why you so inspired by this topic, and how did you come to get a clear understanding that STEM is needed mostly in the workday?
Yes, before I start, I may want to make a correction, please. Our program, Los Angeles ORT College, has developed this program under the direction of US ORT Operation, not ORT America. ORT America is the fundraising entity of ORT in the United States. US ORT Operation is the educational entity of ORT in the United States. So we are under the management of US ORT Operation. That's just a correction for that. We have started to develop this STEM program because, as you know, for the past 5 decades or 50 years, our country, our educational system has undermined and neglected to introduce STEM education in our high schools, and thereby to go to our colleges and beyond. So the idea of really developing a true STEM program. So we went by the guidance of New York Academy of Sciences, and we have developed a program which has been certified by New York Academy of Sciences, which is has met all the 26 frameworks that the New York Academy of Science has for a STEM program to be certified by them. The program that we have developed has three courses. One is a STEM curriculum for high school students, and then an instructor manual for the teachers who teach that course. And then, more importantly, there is a course which is called a STEM Teacher Training and Professional Development, because for those science teachers who want to become certified STEM teachers. And the reason actually that really woke me up and actually started me thinking about the need for such a program is that the Pentagon, US Department of Defense, presented a report to the Congress in February of 2021. This document is available online. It's a 360-page document. In that document, basically, the Pentagon says to the Congress, this is actually a national security problem that we have, because we are lagging STEM beyond many of our competitors in the world. In that report, they say that the Chinese are producing 800% more, 8 times more graduates from their high school and their universities in a STEM program than United States. And the Russians are doing 400% more than the United States. this is something that we need to really wake up and understand what the country needs. And they also say, with the development of all the technologies in the market and the advances of computer science and the programming, and now, since a few months back, we are dealing with AI, artificial intelligence, okay, which is part of, okay, whoever has to go into the computer science to be able to do programming like the AI is. And the fact of the matter is, they estimated that in 2013, they believe that United States needs 1 million of jobs to be filled up in a STEM field. And they don't believe that the country is ready to really produce those many graduates in order to be able to fill up, okay, our the need that we have. So, and another one, at present, okay, the Bureau of Statistics of the Bureau of Labor Statistics of the Department of Labor says that at this moment, the country needs 150,000 of STEM teachers that we don't have. We have a shortage of 150,000 teachers. So we developed a program which is fit with all the STEM that needs to be in it, plus all the professional development that needs to be into it, according to 26 framework that New York Academy of Science had. And we now want to be part of really changing the status of our STEM education in the United States. And this program and your presence and me be able to present that to the people help us a lot, and we are thankful for that.
Wow. You packed a whole lot into that one, man. But you are absolutely right, because a few years back, you mentioned five decades, yes. But a few years back, I forgot which president it was under, but they cut all the money for vocational schools to the bare bones. So there are not a whole lot of vocational STEM schools. And I went to one. I went to Kirkman Technical High School in Chattanooga, Tennessee. But we need to bring those back, because we are lagging behind many other countries, especially China, Russia, Japan, because they focus in on that. They understand that that's a need for
That's
changing
right.
technology, such as AI, and all these other different technologies that are coming around. And so, first of all, you brought up that we have to get the teachers educated first. We have to get them educated so that they would know how to teach the curriculum and understand whatever projections that we have in the future that we want to achieve. Or just, you also mentioned 1 million jobs, etc.
In a STEM field will be needed in 2023. Yes. Okay.
2020.
2000, no, 2030. Okay. In 7-8 years from now. Yes.
Yes. And so we have to refocus, and that's also, I believe that's a government have to put funding behind all these, and also we have to get the vision out to the academians that we need to implement all of these things in schools, not just the high school. You mentioned high schools, but my understanding that STEM starts from elementary school, junior high school,
Yes.
getting them locked in. We got about a minute before the break. Can you talk about that a little bit?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I said that my understanding is that we need to catch our youth even in elementary schools and junior high schools.
Yes, at the level of their understanding, absolutely. So we need to start, okay, from elementary school to middle school and high school. And the reason that the high school is important, because we are preparing them while you're in high school, and we are exposing in the way that we have designed our program is according to the frameworks. So we have included all aspects of STEM in it so that the students in high school, by taking our course, now have an idea when they go to college how they go about going after STEM, and which field of STEM, quote unquote, you are going to go. It is so important for them to do that. And we also have decided that when we offer this program to the schools who decide to take it and use it, at the same time, we will do their teacher training at no charge for as long as they are with us. Because one of the problem in high school is that have a teacher today and next semester the teacher decides to go somewhere else.
So,
That's
hey,
not
hold that, hey, David, hold that thought. We're gonna take
yes.
a station break. But as you see, this is such an important, incredible topic. If you want to
That's
be
right.
part of this conversation, all you have to do is go to the platform that you're watching on. What you're watching is on E36 television, or YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, over 55 other live platforms. Just go to the platform, ask any questions, David, that you might have, and I promise you, we'll get you an answer. It's your life, and we'll see you shortly after the break.
Really get a chance to know who you are. And once you know who you are, you truly know who you are, love who you are. Love who you are. You're a masterpiece. Love who you are. Love who you were born to be. Love me some me. That's what I'm talking about. When you leave high school, you gotta know today or tomorrow, or hopefully today, what your plans are. Hopefully, there is no bad decision unless there is no plan. Create, collaborate, commit with confidence. Commit with what? Commit with what? And everything that you do.
Hello, welcome back to the James Show. It's live, and I tell you, Dr. David, for the purpose of this call, this interview, we call him David, JC, or James and Michelle. So I don't want you to think that we disrespecting each other. It's not that. But STEM, as David was mentioning, we got some serious challenges out there right now that we got to dig deep. We all have to put our brain power together. I'm talking about local, state, federal, all of the different organizations to help combat this problem because we have pushed science, technology, engineering, and math. And if you go with STEAM, which is science, technology, engineering, arts, and math, kind of push that to the side. And we are falling behind from an economical and an economical standpoint with the world because technology is continuously changing. And we're going to talk about that one a little bit more in a minute because all of the different technologies like AI, supercomputers, etc. And we need the young minds right now to focus on the gaps that we're going to have later in the future. So, Doc, I want to pick it back up from now. And the title of the show, and I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Michelle. The title of the show is Challenges American High Schools. Can you tell our viewers and our listeners a little bit more about why you chose that title?
I chose because I felt that there is a need in this country for a real robust STEM program.
Mm-hmm.
Because our schools and our communities, okay, have been using many different, okay, curriculums that they call STEM. When I look at it and look at the depth and what is into the program, it is really does not refer to what STEM needs to be. The STEM needs to be an interdisciplinary, all of these sciences, meaning that together and make a project-based learning out of it. These are requirements from the New Academy of Science framework that we go by. So what we have done with our STEM curriculum, and then I talk about the STEM teacher training and professional development program, we start in this course. This course is designed for the high school students, okay, 10, 11, and possibly 12 graders. Okay, so we start with a periodic table and we tell them what the nature of, actually, we start first, the first chapter is about how computers work. We tell them in a very lame language, okay, what the computer is, what the different components of the computers are, and how the software and hardware interact with each other, and how a computer is more powerful than the other computers. So we tell them the difference between bit and byte for these children to understand. Okay, bit is just one single command. Okay, one bit. This is this is a 0 or 1, or a switch is on or off. And the byte is an assemble of several bits together. And we explained to them that when we started with computers, the computers were 8-bit computers, meaning the byte had 8 bit in it. Then we went to 16-bit, then we went to 32-bit, and we went to 64-bit. And we tell them how advanced this hardware technology has come, so that, okay, the number of the operation that they can do, okay, in a split of a second, when an 8-bit processor can do 2 to the power of 8, and then 16-bit 16 to 2 to the power of 16, and 2 to the power of 32, to the power of 64. If you do that, you get millions and millions of interaction and commands that the computer can do at the same time. They need to understand that it is simple language. We explain to them to do that.
I'm sorry.
And then there is so much to do. Then we go and we tell them, okay, let's say how the computer came about. Okay, how the STEM needs to help for the computer, how STEM has helped in a sense for the computer to come about. We start with the periodic table. We see what the matter is made of. and we say, what is a metal? What is a conductor? What is more importantly a semiconductor? Because the semiconductor and the knowledge and innovation of semiconductor is what made the computer happen. Because all of those computer chips which can do zeros and one and zeros and one have to be semiconductors. Semiconductors mean that the material that under certain condition acts as a conductor and under certain other condition acts as an isolator. They do not conduct. That's why you can have zeros and one. We explain that to the people and we explain that to the students. And then we say that we want to really teach them at the level of high school, not to give them a code to put in a system to get a result. We want them to code. We want to teach them computer programming at elementary and a startup level. Okay?
David, a question. So we know that other countries are ahead of the United States. Let's talk about the challenges of just enhancing, the STEM within the schools. High schools even start at a younger age. What role do you believe the parents need to position themselves to champion this for their children?
Parents. Is the parents, is the community, is the state, and is the federal government. All of them needs to come and resolve that technological divide that we have. Okay, we need to resolve that problem in this country. Okay, because yes, there are some people and some schools that they have all the facilities that they need in order to understand what the STEM is about on advanced STEM, but that is not enough. We need to do it for everybody. We need to do something. And the community gets involved, the parents needs to get involved, the states and the federal government needs to get involved in order to reduce and bring closer that gap that we have between the haves and the have-nots in our country, okay, to be able to have to access to STEM education. And for that, they need to have computer, they have to have a better internet, and they have to have somebody to guide them. The parent needs to be involved. And then while we are talking about our parents, we need to talk about the families. We need to make the families get involved with the children's education and watch over it so that whatever we teach them, we produce the result that we want. Get everybody interested. Give everybody the ability to be able to learn in order for us to be able to advance what we need to do in this country. We are doing a little part of what needs to be done, but we have prepared the material necessary, and we are going to do anything in our power in order to provide that type of education to all echelon of the society. The goal of ORT, the mission of ORT has always been, from its inception in 1880, to offer education to underprivileged, let's say, echelon of the society, because this is where it started with. At the time that the education started, the people were kept in a ghetto. They were not accepted to public school. And ORT came in a ghetto and said, okay, let me educate you to go and do something in the market. Okay, and they made them a carpenter. At the time, they made them to become an electrician. But now we are offering a lot more. We want to provide education to lower echelon, lower privileged echelon of the society to pull out themselves up. But we alone cannot do it. Parents needs to be involved, community needs to be involved, the state and the federal government needs to be involved. But we do have the product to do it.
You mentioned parents, and got Dr. Ballin right here. And I'm sure you read what she wrote. Kids need teachers and parents to encourage them to explore the sciences, not discourage the kids because adult various bias. And what I think she's talking about is many of the parents are not involved in science, technology, engineering. they figured that what keeps them, and they are successful in their way, I guess, but they're not looking at the future. What I mean by the future is, as I mentioned to you about changing technology, the parents have to also look at their grandkids and kids' grandkids. And this is going to be a robotic, AI supercomputer world, flying, and I believe flying cars, flying this, flying all this stuff like you. The Jetsons came up in the 70s, and that's where we are heading. But if we do not have the future generations that's coming, that's going to be leading the world, that understand all these things, we're going to continue to fall behind the superpowers from an education perspective. I believe that the United States have dropped so far. I think we're down to like 18, 19 for its technology, for us this, because we refuse to invest in vocation, technology, science, STEAM programs. What would you say? And we got 2 minutes before the break. What type of advice would you give educators that might be watching this show right now? That's saying that I don't have it in my budget, therefore, if I can't do it, and politicians, which or everybody seem to be greedy right now, and they don't care about what's going to happen tomorrow. What are your thoughts on that?
Okay, first of all, we are not here to really make money on the back of the schools with our STEM program. What we need to make enough money to survive. Our program is going to be priced so inexpensively that any school, in any school, with any budget that they are running their program, it costs them less than 0.1% of their budget in order to have our STEM curriculum plus our STEM teacher training, okay, for every year for their life. So the fact of the matter is, this program is not going to be too expensive for them versus their budget on a yearly basis, year by year. The problem, I believe, and the solution that we need to find in every community, in every high school, in every city, in every state, we need to find people of the community to really come and help and close this gap of technological divide and encourage all of this school to go with STEM for the well-being of their students, their children, and their society, their city, their town, their state, and their country. So this is what we need to do, and we will do whatever we have in our means in order to do that. So, but the community needs to be involved. Okay, people, parents needs to be involved. We, every individual needs to be involved. We have a very simple expression in Farsi that if I translate it in English, it says, nobody scratches my back except the fingers of my hand. So this is a translation which in English may not mean anything. I don't know how to say it, meaning that if I'm not for myself, nobody will be for me. So the community needs to understand that we have responsibility toward the families which are in need and distress or for whatever reason. Parents need to understand that they are responsible for their students, for their students' education and future. And we know that we need to encourage our country as a whole, okay, in order to advance and invest more in a STEM program for the well-being of the country, individuals, community, and everybody involved. It is not only for me, okay. I have benefited by the virtue of my luck and the existence of ORT to be where I am. We need such an organization, okay, in United States to help, okay, all of these underprivileged students to be able to pull themselves up in order to benefit, okay, from this education, which is necessary for the country and for themselves.
Hold that thought.
I hope we will find a solution. I don't know. Okay.
Hey, Dave, hold that thought. We got to take a station break. As you see,
I'm sorry I talk too much. Okay.
as you see, this is a very important and very special topic. And we're going to pick it back up after the break. We're going to come back and we're going to get back into this. And we're going to learn a lot more about STEM challenges and how the schools in your communities can implement this in their program. If you want to be part of the conversation, all you have to do is go to the comments. Ask any question that you might have. I promise you we'll get you an answer. It's your life. And we'll see you shortly after the break.
I never wanna leave. Yeah, I'm right where I wanna be. We got something you and me, and I can't get rid of this feeling. Just like a magnet, we're just like a magnet. The things we have can't be taken for granted. Now I know that it has always been you. I can't help it, I'm so drawn to you. Just like a magnet, we're just like a magnet. The things we have can't be taken for granted. Now I know that it has always been you. I can't help it, I'm so drawn to you. Hey, I'm so drawn to you. I'm so drawn to you.
Noah Dingley here, producer of The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. And the new audio version of James' book, Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet, is a must-have. James shares his true life story of struggle and success in America. It's both a cautionary tale and a roadmap to achieving the American dream. Get the new audio version of Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet by James Cooley on Amazon.com or wherever audiobooks are sold.
Hello, I'm Dr. James J.C. Cooley from the United States of America, and I am here to just say, first of all, I'm so happy and honored to be honored to be in the Coffee Book 2023. Unified Brain Z and the other organizations, thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to be a part of this collection. Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's Your Life. And we got David, Dr. David. I had to put the doctor there. It's so insightful and so passionate about this thing called STEM and many of the challenges that we are having across the country, not just in LA, not just in California. But this problem exists across the United States because if we don't do something real soon as a country, we're going to fall even further behind the world, far as in technology and having the people, most importantly, having the education and understanding to fill certain jobs so we can continue to be one of the leaders of the world ultimately at everything that we do. And I believe that we are falling behind. A lot of reasons that David brought up. First of all, funding. First of all, biases. Secondly, who can sound the loudest? I mean, and then you block all the things that are important. We have to live, in my opinion, not just for today, but we have to live for tomorrow, meaning that generation and generation to come. And we have to educate them on technology as it evolved. And David, I'm locked into this conversation, my friend, and I want to pick it back up from there. So, David, can you please discuss the tips to overcome the technology divide? Let's start with enhanced connectivity.
That really has to be done on a community level, okay? And we need to really have high, okay, speed internet access and Wi-Fi in those communities who do not have it. We need to provide, okay, computers, laptops to those families that they have only one computer and everybody has to share it, and they do not have, okay, enough means in order for everybody to be able to have access to digital media and to be able to do have access to the internet freely, to be able to do hybrid courses, okay, both, okay, internet and going to classes. But the whole point here is we need to find community leaders who really are going to provide that for underserved, underprivileged echelon of our society. We do have a scholarship at our schools, okay, for those schools, those students that cannot afford, okay, taking our courses when they come to our school. But we are also have really priced this program so inexpensively for the high schools to get this program and the teacher training to go along with it, and for all of those STEM, those science teachers who wants to become certified STEM teachers, also so inexpensive. But we also have made our STEM teacher training and professional development to be counted as continuing education credit for those teachers who take it, because most teachers in most states require to have certain number of a continuing education credit for them to be able to continue to renew their license or their certificate to be able to teach. So the whole situation is, it is doable. And we have prepared a fantastic, a unique program, both the curriculum and the STEM teacher training, to help with advance of, okay, and make it possible for everybody in United States to have access to STEM education and at a high school level at a very, very sound and deep level, so that they know which college they want to go, which program they want to follow, so that they
Come back on. Wow, I think we just lost David. Hopefully he'll come back. But I do want to say that what he's talking about is so important. And I do believe that we have lost the edge in technology, where we don't even rank in the top 10 anymore. And that's a major challenge in the United States of America, not even in the top 10 in technology, because we sometimes only think about what's going on today, not what's going on tomorrow and next day, the other generations to come. And our focus is on the now and not what's going to happen in our kids, grandkids, great grandkids, and several generations to come. Michelle, I think we lost David. What are your thoughts on that?
Yes, David, if you can hear us, please log out and come back in. We want to hear all this amazing information you have regarding STEM education. Wow, this topic, we can go on and on about it. This man David is amazing. He's brought to light basically something that is actually accurate. We are so behind compared to other countries. And you're right, James, we have to think of future. We have to think of how to prepare our youth for the amazing technology advances that are happening now, and also that are going to increase in the future, and they need to be prepared. So we're definitely interested in that. And David, you're back on. We kind of lost.
I logged out and logged back in. I don't know. Okay.
Oh, good.
This shows in the area that I have, I do not have a good Wi-Fi, or I do not have a good internet. That's why I was cut off. Okay, so and now I'm back. Okay, so.
And so, David, what we were talking about was just summarizing some of the things on how important this topic is and how important it is from a world perspective, where our country, United States of America, is a world standing for its technology, for it being able to fill all the jobs, being able to do a lot of things in the United States, because we educate our people, we educate our youth and our young adults. And I do not believe that many in the United States actually get that. Their focus is on the now, what's happening today. I mean, my philosophy is, what we're talking about right now. And once we finish saying it, it's in the past. We have to focus on the present. We also have to focus on the future. Now, so I tell you, we're going to take a station break before we come back, but I want you to think about that during the break, and I want to hear what you got to say about it. Okay. So if you want to be part of this conversation, all you have to do is just go to the comments, ask the questions that you might have, and I promise you we'll get you an answer. It's your life. And we'll see you shortly after the break.
We live in a world today that people don't even care about how people see them. Don't realize that we can affect an entire generation and build our character. But you gotta do it with these 4 C's. Create, collaborate, then you commit with confidence. Create, collaborate, then you commit with confidence. It's the 4 C's. It's the 4 C's. Life you are gonna grow, but there's things in this world that you gotta know. To be the best that you can be, you wanna grow real big into a strong tree. To be who you were created to be, the one who's gonna leave a legacy is you. But you have to have these 4 C's. Create, collaborate, then you commit with confidence. Create, collaborate, then you commit with confidence. It's the 4 C's. foresee.
I've seen a smile convey I love you. I'm proud of who you are, and one that keeps us close when we're apart. Walking from the darkness of all that we've been through, it seems that there might be a way to leave behind the loneliness we've known and live again life of need.
Hello, welcome back to James Cooley Show. It's your life, and I tell you, this topic here is so important. And David, the things that you're talking about, and the things that your school, that you all are doing in LA, need to be in my opinion, a roadmap for the whole United States. First of all, get an understanding of what the issues are and concerns. Second is how to go about increasing the demands on what is going to be required. So Michelle, what are your thoughts on this?
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
Michelle?
Oh,
Michelle,
well, I'm sorry. I thought David was going to say something.
no, please go
I
ahead.
mean, it's going to take a lot to overcome these challenges. But the first thing I believe is for our country to see the reality, how far behind we are. And David, I know you mentioned that, about it's going to take not only the families, the government, the country, it's going to take everybody to promote promote STEM in our education system. Can you kind of talk about, how long you think these challenges could last, or just any data to provide regarding your research?
Okay. Before I answer that question, if I may, do you hear me?
Oh, we can hear you, Dave.
Do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Before I answer Michelle's question, I before starting the meeting, I knew that this technology divide, okay, and I have noticed it during the past 2-3 years that they have trying to infiltrate the schools and really offer our programs to different level of schools. So I see that there is a gap, okay, a technology gap, a divide, okay, and I have made a few notes that I would like to share. Do you hear me?
We hear you, Dave.
I'm sorry. I think first of all, many schools, I'm sorry, I have noticed the principals and the people who are in charge, they do not want to go with a more difficult program which has real STEM subjects, and they are offering courses that they call STEM, which is actually, if I may say, it's a Mickey Mouse STEM, and it has really no those basic knowledge that needs to be in it, okay, that for the students to really get something out of it. So I think that we need to increase funding for the schools, Okay, we need to make a better internet for the rural and the low income areas. We need to provide to those who do not have computers or laptops, okay, in their house, for them to have access to the internet. We need to teach digital literacy as part of our STEM program, which we are and we have included. Okay, we need to really get to some public-private partnership with those entities and nonprofit organization or those industries or companies who are willing to contribute for the well-being of or the propagation of STEM education in the rural areas or low-income areas. And then we need to really they have to make sure that our schools are really determined to offer real and genuine school teaching in their school, and not to go and get by offering an easy program to go. So these are my advice, or these are my thoughts, that in order to really, now it takes a community leader, it takes people with good heart and people with belief that we need to do something for our children, our students, and our community in order to facilitate propagation of real STEM education in our high schools, so that that propagates into our colleges for the well-being of the people and the family to start with, and for the well-being of the country as a whole. So I'm here to do whatever I can, and I really want the people who are listening to us to really listen to see what we have developed for their students. Okay, that's real STEM. Yes, it's more difficult, okay, for them to understand and learn it, but nothing comes easy. They need to spend some time, more explanation, more training, more tutoring for them to understand. Yes, we will do that. We will provide that, but we need somebody to help us to do that.
Need somebody to help us to do that. So, hey, Doc, we are out of time. How can people get in touch with you real quickly if they wanted to reach out to you and list your services? How can they get in touch with you?
They can go to our website, to laort.edu, okay, and then they can be in touch with us. Okay, there is phone numbers, there is emails, there is anything that they want. Okay, there is the description of our program, okay, on our website. That would be best. I can give my cell number to everybody, but we don't want to do that.
Well, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
I totally understand. Okay, but I'm here to really answer any question anybody has.
Hey, Doc, we're out of time right now.
Okay.
Been an absolute pleasure having you on.
Yes.
I think that you are educated and you excited a lot of our viewers and our listeners, and it's going to be it's going to go out to a lot of other folks. But I want to thank you for taking the time to come on the show today. I'd like to thank
you. I want to thank you to give me the opportunity to express myself and empty all of these things that I have in my heart for the people to understand, for us to be able to provide them, okay, the real education that the country needs.
And that's what I'm talking about. I want to thank Dr. Michelle Cooley for putting together another absolutely fantastic show. Without her, I mean, she writes all the shows. I'm just behind the camera. I'd like to thank our viewers and our listeners for tuning in to the James Cooley Show. It's Your Life. And our motto is always to dream big, think big, and be big at everything you do. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. It's Your Life, and we'll see you then.